Hi, Kathy here with You Compose. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a couple different patterns you can use in the bass line to write music. And the first one we're going to cover is called the Alberti baseline. Now we've been working in C position in the C scale, so we'll be continuing to do that. We've covered the 1, 4, 5 chords quite thoroughly. And so we've also inverted them in the first and second inversion. So I'm going to be free to use those as we work with the Alberti baseline. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back and watch a previous video before this one. So I've covered the Alberti baseline as well as the arpeggiated patterns. In previous videos, it would be under the playlist, the 3-minute piano lessons, and they're actually video numbers 73 and 74. So you might want to go there too and get some background to what we're talking about. So the Alberti baseline is simply, if you memorize bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top, no matter what chord you use, you'll come out with the Alberti baseline. So let's use the C chord and break it up: bottom, top, middle, top. Bottom, top, middle, top. Let's use the inverted 4 chord. We'll keep the C down here so we have this pattern going. And we're going to put the top, which would be A, and the middle of the inverted 4 chord looks like this. And then let's break also the 5/7. Let's turn this into an Alberti bass line. So the bottom, top would be G, the middle would be F, and then we go back to the top. Let's just end on C, just to have an ending here of our little pattern. So here you have a 1 chord in the Alberti bass form, 4 chord, and a 5/7. So let's listen to what that sounds like. Bottom, top, middle, top. So I've just played the 1 chord on C, but I've broken it up in that pattern. Bottom, top, middle, top. Now we know this is a 4 chord that's been inverted. So here's your C on the bottom, bottom, top, middle, top. If we play that blocked, there's your inverted 4 chord. So again, it's bottom, top, middle, top. And then there's your 5/7 that's been inverted. The B is on the bottom, top, middle, top, and then we end on C. So let's do that again. So you can see they're in uniform by the chords playing the bottom, top, middle, top. That's your Alberti baseline. Let's add a little tune to it just for the fun of it because we're writing music. And let's turn these into the half notes on the top. And we never want to be, if you write the very same note on the top, it's not as interesting if you create a third interval or something that's more interesting to listen to. This is an F, so let's make this an A. Let's decide this is going to be our high note. This is a B, so let's put this a G coming back down. This is an F, so let's put a D here because we're coming back down to C. You know how I am. I just kind of like to make it come to an end, right? So let's hear what that sounds like. So I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of grew to the A. I'll play it again so you can hear that. I get a little bit louder as I'm going up, and then I come down to kind of soften it. So that's kind of like a phrase, creating a little phrase there. So here we start. Louder, louder, coming down. Okay, so we just put a little tune to an Alberti baseline. So that would be something to work on. And again, I have a song that I've created with the Alberta Baseline. and arpeggiation. So if you go to the other playlist under 3-minute piano lessons, you can print out my music and use it as an example. Learn to play it, learn from it, and that's fun. And it's easier to learn that way as well if you have an example. Let's take on another board here. Maybe I should get rid of this one so there's no confusion. I want to talk about, that was the Alberta Baseline. Let's talk about arpeggiation. And I've used arpeggiation quite a bit too. I love it. Arpeggiation, that word simply comes from the harp sound. And so when you break up a chord, that's where you get that sound from. So let's make a nice big beautiful harp sound, and let's use a C chord to do it, broken up. Let's just stick to C, and you can see that actually, let's start with this bass C here. Let's make them quarter notes. Let's do the same kind of thing. We're breaking it up. Here's middle C. So let's, in the right hand, we're going to continue on. Just using notes from that C chord, C, E, G, C, E, G. Boy, that's a funny looking stem there. C, E, G, C, we'll say with the left hand thumb we'll play it. So we're gonna put the stem going down, and that helps us know that it was intended for the left hand thumb to play that in the bass. Just another little clue in writing music. Here is C, and we're gonna continue up E, and because this is a broken C chord, C, E, G, and let's just end it up on, that stands for the A. This is high C up here, okay? So if we wanted to, we could actually turn this into, let's do that, a dotted half note, and that would take up 4 beats. And we're going clear up to high C. We're going to put a dot after it and turn it into a half note. So you don't need any more rest. You're just going to hold that for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's for that. Now we know if we look at these notes, if we consider what chord that builds, we know that builds a 1 chord in the left hand on C, and the right hand we know as well, E, E, G, and C, and there's another E. All of those notes belong to the C chord. So let's just put the pedal down. They all belong to the same chord, so there's no passing tones to consider. It's all part of the C chord. So, and again, I'm going to play this C with my left hand thumb on here on C because I put the stem down. I could have chosen to put my right hand thumb on there. Remember, your thumb, either thumb can play middle C. We learned that in middle C position when we learn piano. So let's just use the left hand pedal down. Now, I didn't indicate it, but I chose to just cross my hand over. I knew that I was going to end on that C. Now, did that sound like a harp? Maybe I should do it one more time so you can focus on the sound. I would say that sounds like a harp. Now, you could add a little melody as well, or a little harmony to your harp. So let's do that. We know that E belongs to the C chord. So let's put E there. Maybe we should use a whole note E. That way it won't get, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. We could always change it up. Let's say this is E, and since the right hand comes in here, this is an E, so let's maybe write C down here. And we could end it on C here as well. Now these are whole notes, but let's just see if it adds to the harmony and continues that harp sound, because we already have the arpeggiation going. It's a nice, beautiful broken 1 chord. Let's put the pedal down because they all belong to the C chord.